Hi, Tim from Autocom here. Today we're gonna do a super easy demonstration of how you can use the car software. Now, even if you've never worked on it before, just follow these simple steps and you'll know pretty much everything. So, the first thing we're gonna look at is if someone asks you, what can you do in the software? Can you do this on an Audi? Can you do that on a Tesla? You never have to guess with Autocom. You can only just go in and check. So, say that someone asks you, can you do this calibration on an Audi A3 from 2025? This is how you would start. Number one, you have to choose the vehicle. Normally, you would plug in the icon and use the VIN identification, or you can use the registration number for the UK. However, we don't have a vehicle connected and we don't have a registration number. So we're gonna press the manual option. We're gonna choose the Audi. We're gonna choose the Audi A3. And we're gonna choose 2025. Now you've arrived at the main starting page. So this you're gonna get used to really quickly working with Autocom. It's always the same. It doesn't matter what vehicle you work on, even in the truck software, it's exactly the same as this. So you always have service light reset in the top left corner. Below that you have big types of systems, maybe engine, brakes, ADAS. So in the middle after that, you'll have a picture on where to connect the OBD2 socket. You can also press the picture, then you're gonna get how to turn on the ignition next to it. This can be super helpful if you're working with a new electric vehicle and you've never worked on it before. If I close this window, you'll have at the top right corner highlighted in green, you'll have functions. This means calibrations. So if I scroll in this list, you see that there's so many things you can change to a new vehicle. So what I recommend you do is that you use the search function in the top right corner. I'm gonna press this, and in this case I want to know, can we do an ADAS calibration for the camera? So I'm gonna start to type camera. As you see, as soon as I start typing, everything else goes away. Now we only have the camera calibrations left. In this case, we actually have 3 different versions. So in the bottom you have a dynamic calibrations, which you can do just by using the Autocom software and the icon while driving the vehicle. Other than that, you have the ACS cars, which is Autocom's own ADAS rig, and then you also have the OEM rig as well. So you have 3 options on how to calibrate. Now, if you don't own an ADAS rig, you can still start to make money with the dynamic calibrations. If I press this one at the bottom, dynamic calibration, you'll get a blue page. I'm gonna press the question mark. Here you arrived at the help files. If I scroll down here, you can see that the technician or mechanic has everything they need. What test conditions they have to follow, how to do the procedure, you can even print it out. So whenever you're done reading or printing it out, just close this one and you can run the function in the bottom right corner. If I close this one, I'm going to do another search just to show you. So I'm going to press the search function again to remove it. And this time I want to look at injectors. So if I start to type injectors, as you see, everything else goes away. And now I will choose the second one from top, injector programming. Now we haven't communicated yet with the vehicle, so I'm going to have to choose manually which engine it is. I'm going to pick this one and then the question mark. As you see here, there's even pictures in this one. So you'll always have all the information you need on how to run the actual function. We're going to close this and go back again. Next to the functions or calibrations, you'll have real-time data. As you see, this list is so long once again, so I do recommend that you use the search function once more. Now, if you don't want to use the search function, you can also do it like this. You can go to the left side and then maybe want to look at the ADAS systems again, so I'll press ADAS. As soon as I do this, everything on the right that doesn't have anything to do with ADAS goes away. So now you have only ADAS calibrations on the right side. If I go back to the main page again, so in general here you'll find everything you need, you get used to it really quickly, but the first thing someone does in a normal workshop is that they go to the bottom here and they use the system scan. This scans every single system available in the vehicle and checks for faults. Now we're ready to actually communicate to a vehicle. Since we don't have one here today, we're going to use a demo mode available for all our softwares. To find the demo mode, you're going to press help. You're going to press demo, the software will restart, As you can see, the demo mode has restarted and you have two brands to choose from. The Volkswagen is to do a high voltage disconnect, and the Volvo is to do more normal things in the workshop. So we're going to choose the Volvo this time. Once again, you notice that you get really used to this page, it's always the same. What we're going to do now is a system scan. We're going to check every system available in this Volvo to see what's good and what's bad. So this is a live recording. This is exactly how long it takes to scan this Volvo XC60 from 2014. And as you see, you have green on the left side here, that's no fault codes, and you also have red, which means there is a problem in the system. You have a circle with a line through it, which means that it doesn't have that system. In the middle, you'll have all the fault codes and more information. So what you usually do here is either save it for the report, or you can erase all the fault codes. What we're going to do now though is start to build value for the report to be able to charge your customer to show them exactly what you've done to the vehicle. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose the engine. We're going to read the fault codes in just the engine. As you see here on the left side, you have the original fault code, you have more information if it's intermittent or permanent fault code. On the right side, you have guided diagnostics, which is a probability help. It's free and included if you have a little bit of internet connection. Next to it, you have the I, which is for Haynes Pro if you paid extra for that information system. What I want to come to though is a plus. This is freeze frame data. Everything that we could take from the vehicle exactly about what happened when the fault code was set. So this can be a good protection from the workshop if an unhappy customer comes in claiming that you've done something. This will automatically be on the report if you need it for the future. What we're going to do next is we're going to erase the fault code, so you can have before and after on the report. We're also going to go into live data below, and everything I choose here on the right side, we will be able to check live. In two ways, you'll be able to check in a list version. So here you have it in a list. You can take pictures, once again, maybe before and after you've changed a part. If you don't like the list mode, you can instead go to the graph. We're going to take pictures once again. If we're done with the pictures, we're going to go to the calibration. We're going to choose the EGR valve adaptation this time. So I'm going to read the help file and then I'm going to press play and just follow the steps. Everything I do here now will be actually on the report to be able to show the customer that you've followed the step correctly. So below the function you have tick, which is component activation. So this is really good for fault searching, but you don't really have it on the report. This is more to see if the software can make the windows, for example, go up and down rather than the actual car. So then you can start to figure out what's actually wrong. So if you're ready to go to the report now, you've fixed all the problems, if you've calibrated what you wanted, we're going to go to the report function to be able to build value so you can charge your customer. Once again, you get used to this really quickly because it's always the same. Since we've done a system scan, I recommend that you select none here and only pick the ones with actually fault codes in them. Otherwise, it's going to be a really long report. Next to the fault codes, you have real-time data. A lot of people miss this, that you can actually include the pictures on the report as well. They are not automatically filled in for either the real-time data or the graphs. So here I recommend that you include the pictures to be able to show before and after to show the customer. On the right side, you also have the dialogue, which is the calibration. This shows you every single step you've done, and this is always included. So now when you put together a report you're happy to show the customer, we can see it here. So you have the Autocom logo, which you can change to your own. You have more company information, and you also have information about the mechanic who worked on the vehicle and the car in question. So if I scroll down, you first have the fault code with the freeze frame data. Below that, you're going to have the real-time data in a list mode, and then you're going to have the graph mode below that. So everything to show maybe before and after you've changed something for the vehicle. At the bottom, you're going to have the usage report, which is the calibration. This is really good because it shows you every single step you've done, and you can also sign it at the bottom. Whenever you're happy with this, you can either print it out for the customer, or you can save it for later. I always recommend that you save this in case the customer comes back at a later stage. You'll find all the save tests in the top left corner. So we're going to open save test. So here you have it in a PDF form. So if I scroll down here, this is how easy it is to put together a report to be able to show your customer what you've done so you can get paid for the job. So there you have it. Now we're finished with the report for the customer. And to conclude, in this demo, we showed you how to find coverage in the software, help files, and also how to build value in the report. Thank you so much for watching and good luck out there.